That
Oh, wow, you're going to start with those things, huh? What?
helping my kids with their homework.
Oh, man, that's because they're getting older.
They're passing me. They have officially passed my abilities.
Boy, if your kids are struggling in school, it can really become frustrating for the entire family. And that was the feeling inside the home of the Lenzen family until they found a program that changed their youngest daughter. So we're going to meet Vivian. TCL reporter Kelly Hansen is sharing her LearningRx story.
You got those? I got the same ones. You're going to match me, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Vivian Lenzen is a 6th grader and loves everything about school.
Like, I love to read and everything, and I can remember stuff.
How's math?
I love it.
But ask her parents how she felt 2 years ago.
Yeah.
She just hit that wall where she couldn't do the math. She couldn't do the reading.
Yeah.
They had been working with her with a tutor with the reading. We were getting nowhere.
After a couple of bad 4th grade conferences, they knew they had to think beyond a tutor.
Yes, because we had older kids. So we had seen, how it kind of usually works, right? And it was not going that way. And we're like, what's going to happen when we get to middle school? And she's got to do this on her own, and we can't be in touch with the teachers. What's it going to be like in high school? What's she going to be able to even do?
When we saw the problems at home, there were still flashes of like, oh, you can do these things. You can do a list of, 5 things in a row. But 90% of the time it wasn't there.
What the LearningRx assessment found was that Vivian wasn't processing information like her classmates, and she had trouble with memory retention.
She couldn't hold it long enough to use it. So if she's reading a math problem, she would read it, get to the end and be like, wait, got to start over. I don't remember.
I couldn't remember anything. And I guess I didn't like it. Blue, yellow, black, blue, green.
But after 6 months at LearningRx and the start of a new school year,
Took off. She took off reading. She took off in math. She was grade level on everything. Now she's 6th grade and it's going even better.
She did so well. She was the LearningRx Student of the Year in 2021.
Yes.
When you found that out, Dad, what did you think?
It was surprising. But it was surprising, but it wasn't unremarkable. I mean, you could see, because her gains were because she worked really hard at it. I mean, every day it was, she would sit down and she would focus on it and she would put the effort in.
If I were to ask Vivian how she felt before versus now, what do you think she might say?
My guess would be she feels more confident. She's not as scared of school.
Oh my gosh, what a great story. So LearningRx Executive Director Rich Frieder is joining us now. Hi, Rich.
Hey, good to see you again.
Oh my gosh, that Vivian, what a bright, shining light of
She
joy.
was great.
Sweet.
So sweet. Okay, so Vivian's mom mentioned that they were trying tutoring before they came to see you at LearningRx. So let's just explain and backtrack a little bit. Tutoring versus LearningRx, I mean, it's a totally different philosophy.
Yeah, it's completely different. So LearningRx is different in that we're what's called a cognitive skills training center. So what that means is we're focused on the underlying skills that enable students to learn, right? So if those skills are not where they need to be, then they continue to struggle. So with tutoring, what you're doing is you're treating the symptom. You're just kind of doing more of the same and never getting at, well, why does my child even need tutoring in the first place? And then what winds up happening is if you never get to the root cause, every school year increases in difficulty, and guess what? It's just more frustration. You're just treading water, just trying to keep up, and kids fall further and further behind, versus if you can get to the root cause, which is what we do, you can really address it. And the benefit of that, too, is that our gains are long-lasting. So we have students we've trained 12 years ago that are like in college now, out of college, and only came through the program one time.
Isn't that amazing?
Really interesting. So it's not just what isn't the student good at, but it's why aren't they good at it, and then you you dig a little deeper and you might find something and you uncover it, and now you know how to help them learn in a different way.
Yeah, so usually it's, like it can be weaknesses in memory or processing speed or logic. So basically it's all the underlying skills that make up IQ. And a lot of the students we work with, or most, they have a lot of strong skills, like really bright, but then there's something that's not as strong that's causing a disconnect. And this causes frustration over and over again.
Oh, I think the work that you do is so important, because I really think you are creating confident kids, and I think you're you're just lessening the chance that they're going to have to like self-medicate with something or anything, you know, because
absolutely.
they are not feeling that like anxiety build and build and build. So like we saw Vivian's parents, and they had kids, you know, they had 3 older kids, so it seemed like they kind of knew, oh, this isn't the same as with our other kids. But what if you're like a first-time parent? I mean, how do you know?
Yeah, that can be hard.
Off?
So some ways that you can tell. One would be reading. If you know reading level isn't up to grade level, like reading fluency or comprehension. A big one is attention. That can make homework take forever. If you find yourself as a parent saying, you know, we could be done by now if you would just. That's not uncommon.
It is tempting to say, hey, I think I know the answer. You want me to help you out quick?
Yeah, right. Let's just get it done. Attention, obviously ADHD, things like that. A big one is motivation, just procrastination, those kind of battles, organizational issues with high schoolers where they're not getting their homework turned in. But a really huge one is a lack of independence, where you know so many parents have to sit with their child to help them get the homework done, either to stay on task or to read to them or to help them through the math. And the whole goal is that kids are independent, can do it on their own. And that even can be like high schoolers where they're just not getting their homework in. So it's let's get the backpack out, what to do, and parents have to do all the kind of organizational work to make sure it gets done and they don't have late assignments.
And it's never too late. Rich, how old's the oldest person who's been through
Oh my
your
gosh,
program?
the oldest, well, 95. Actually, he's 95? Our oldest student. Yeah, we go higher, but nobody older has shown up yet.
What's this person's name?
We helped her stay out of memory care.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Incredible.
Rich, great to see you.
Yeah, good
Thank
to see
you
you
so
too.
much.
Thanks,
we love
Rich.
that story. Thank you, Vivian. LearningRx is offering TCL viewers a deal to learn more about the program or to schedule an assessment. You can call 952-949-6900 and then mention Twin Cities Live. You'll get that initial assessment for just $75.
LearningRx has several centers across the metro, and you'll find a link with more details on twincitieslive.com.
All right, coming